And we welcome you. It is our honor once again. We're the 33rd consecutive year, one of sport's great traditions. Breakfast at Wimbledon, live to the United States, the Wimbledon Championship. Mary Carrillo, Ted Robinson, John McEnroe, Jimmy Roberts, also with us, and our entire NBC Sports team. And Mary, we have to frame everything in the women's game in this era around the Williams sisters, here more so than any. It's a rarity. Just the second time in the last 12 years that we play this day without one of them.
That's kind of strange, isn't it? I mean, from 9 of the last 11 years, either Venus or Serena has won this. Venus 5 times, Serena 4 times. They both lost early in the 4th round of this championship because they just couldn't quite kick off the rust from all the inactivity both of them have had for the better part of a year. But Maria Sharapova, I mean, this is some comeback. She won this at 17. She had shoulder surgery a couple of years ago, Ted, and she's been struggling to regain her service form since then, and she struggled just to get into this final on her serve. She's still here now, facing Petra Kvitova, who is some kind of player. I mean, we've seen a lot of sort of young phenoms with short, stressful careers, and they go away. I just have a feeling this one's going to hang around and win majors.
As always, a tradition here at Wimbledon, the beginning of the match, bringing a youngster on the court to help the pose with the referee. And I think that's the interesting part for a lot of Americans. They still don't know Petra Kvitova. This is not a fluke. This is a top 10 player who's earned that position this year. She's won 3 titles on tour, and her presence in this final, in this year of some upheaval in the women's game, Mary's not really a surprise.
No, it's not that. It's not a surprise. In fact, it's very nice to see. Those 3 titles she won came on 3 different surfaces. But this is a surface. When she came to Wimbledon last year, she'd lost all 4 grass court matches she'd ever played. Then she got all the way to the semis, and this year she's on a great run as well. She's really something. She's got, obviously she's a lefty, and look at this lefty serve she's got. I mean, that thing really grabs the court and bites away from it, especially on the ad court. She's going to try to do this all day long against Maria Sharapova. She's big off the ground, especially off her forehand side. Look at, but she can even do that on her backhand side. She's got more variety than Sharapova, Ted. She likes to come in more than Maria does. She moves forward better than Maria does. So I imagine that in this match, she'll try to mix things up a little bit, drag Sharapova around as much as possible, especially if Sharapova faces all the serving problems that she continues to have. I mean, it's kind of amazing that Maria Sharapova has not yet lost a set here, because she has had 32 double faults coming into this final, including 13 in the semifinals. And it's something to see. And you would think that it would affect the rest of her game. She recovers from that. The best part about her game has been that her return of serve has been so effective. She's broken her opponent's serve 60% of the time. It's why she has not dropped a set, even with the unevenness of her serve.
And in the semifinals, she faced a huge server in Lisicki and dismantled that Lisicki serve. And that, you assume, is something she has to do today against Petra Kvitova, trying to become a first-time champion. Amazingly, 7 years. And Maria Sharapova is back with a chance once again to be a Wimbledon champion. The Championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by FedEx. We understand you need reliable shipping solutions. By Fidelity Investments, turn here. By the Marquis Jet Card, net jets 25 hours at a time. And by Cadillac. Some cloud cover overhead, but no threats in the forecast as we've reached Championship Saturday at Wimbledon. Temperature supposed to get a little warmer today than it's been the last few, mid-70s, but very pleasant weather for this championship weekend. The last time that we had a ladies final without a Williams was 2006, which was also the last time Maria Sharapova had reached even the semifinals here. She lost in the semis to the woman who would win the Wimbledon title that year, Amelie Mauresmo.
She had to play the British hope, Laura Robson, and was down 4-1 in that first set before she got herself going. And against Sabina Lisicki, Sharapova struggled so much early in that first set with her double faulting that you thought, wow, maybe she's going to get in trouble with the young German player who's been so commanding of late. But she got through that tough test as well.
And Petra Kvitova, who in May cracked the top 10 for the first time. I mentioned winning 3 tour titles amongst those 42 wins. She's had some notable top 10 victories and had another one in the semis when she won that decisive third set from Victoria Azarenka.
Yeah, she had a tougher draw than Maria to get here, and she's lost a couple of more sets. Obviously, Voronkova is a woman who for the second year in a row took out Venus Williams. And Victoria Azarenka has had a very fine season so far as well in 2011. But even though she dropped the middle set, this woman was able to come back, recover. She can get a little hot and cold. She'll go on these streaks, and it's something her idol, Martina Navratilova, is very aware of with her, trying to get her to focus a little bit better. You know, just stay with the match. Keep the whole thing in front of you. Stay focused. There's a 9-time Wimbledon champ, 20 in all. And they're from the same country, obviously, the Czech Republic. Martina, she says it's sweet. She's spoken to Petra a couple of times, and she's very shy. And Martina said, it's funny, I haven't had that many players that have said, you're my hero. She said, I thought Petra was too young to think of me as a hero.
I thought the same thing. They were the same age. Martina was 21 when she won her first Wimbledon. She had relocated to the United States by then, and her family not able to watch and be a part of it as Kvitova's is today. And interesting that Sharapova, they do a coin toss to begin matches. Sharapova won the toss and chose to receive.
That's a good call, considering how she's been starting some of these matches with the double faults, especially because she's got to assume that Kvitova's jumpy right now. Get the early break if she can.
Let's first service. Let's first service.
We talk about how Sharapova has struggled with serve. Kvitova's game is anchored on that serve. She's had 35 aces. Only 4 breaks against her serve.
And
there's the match, isn't it?
There's what won Sharapova in large part the semis. Second serves. And that punishing return.
If you want to hold the court against Maria from the baseline, it's important to find angles.
15,
you can't just hit it deep. That's just what Sharapova likes. Got to drag her off the court, as Kvitova could right there. That is nicely done. Somewhere in the royal box, Martina Navratilova is smiling broadly.
This is the textbook point, right?
This is it. And this is,
30 all.
if you want to be an upright Czech lefty trying to win Wimbledon, that's your play. She doesn't like to play defense, Sharapova. She doesn't often have to. But she did a good job
30,
there.
40.
And this is the one part of the game where Kvitova can really improve. her movement. You know, she's going to have to learn how to cut off those angles better, move diagonally back into the court. Early trouble.
Let first service. Game, Miss Sharapova.
Well, Sharapova's decision pays off. She chose to receive, and she starts this championship match with a break. As we look at these two players and their matchup today, it's T. Rowe Price beyond the baseline.
This really is a match of strength against strength. Sharapova's return game, her big match experience. She's played this kind of a match so often compared to Kvitova, her first Grand Slam final. And that first serve of hers has already failed her in the early going.
Maria Sharapova started this year
Miss Maria
ranked
Sharapova.
18 in the world, and rankings are secondary to a Wimbledon championship, but it just gives you a sense of what her year's been like. She started the year 18. She comes to Wimbledon 6th in the world, the first time in over 2 years that she had been back in the top 10.
There's that forehand. It's a pretty stroke, isn't it? Takes it cross court to get Sharapova off balance and then finds the line.
Well, Kvitova trying to make an early statement. And Mary, what does the left-handed factor
13.
mean today? Because there are so few lefties right now in the
Well,
women's game.
that's a big part of the advantage of being a lefty these days. You're right. And only a couple of lefty women have won this, including Martina, the 1969 winner, Ann Jones. Because there are so few lefties, you're looking at different spins, especially on serve. If you're used to attacking someone's backhand and it's a forehand instead.
Right. And that's what I was getting to, because we talk about this often with Nadal, how it affects the stroke pattern
Oh, absolutely.
of a point.
Absolutely. She's actually gotten fitter and faster in the last year, Petra Kvitova. She's still kind of growing into herself. There's a break right back.
And Sharapova put first serves in that game, but still could not hold. Petra Kvitova started this year ranked 34 in the world, but that record, the 3 titles primary, got her to the top 10. And Madrid, the 3rd title, was the big one. That was, she beat 3 top 6 players, 3 of the top 6 in the world, to win that major clay court event.
Maria's played a long clay court season and has done very well. And clay has always been her worst surface. She won Rome, had a quality finish at the French before her serve really knocked her out of the match against Lina, the eventual winner. It's a good second serve.
30 love.
That's well done. There's that changeup, and it was out.
Sharapova.
Ms. Sharapova is challenging the call on the right-hand side. The ball was called out.
Sharapova looked at the chair and then challenged. Alison Lang from Great Britain is the chair umpire for the Ladies' Championship. And here's our first Rolex official review.
It was in. Wow. By plenty, now that I see it.
30-15.
And Sharapova's eyes right smack on the line, huh?
She's a little hesitant to come in, and she had plenty to come in on. Just didn't get herself quite tight enough to the net to take command of that final shot.
But the rest of the point, that's what Kvitova requires. I mean, she stayed on the baseline and inched her way in.
Yeah. She's got to do that a little bit more instinctively, doesn't she? And hopefully that'll come. Wouldn't it be nice to see some variety from the younger players? We see it from the older ones like Schiavone, Li Na. Amelie Mauresmo, who won this in 2006. She could play from anywhere on the court.
Kvitova getting again what Sabina Lisicki saw this a ton in the semifinals.
There's the 2006 champion. Served and volleyed her way to this title over Justine Henin. One of those rare non-Williams sisters finals.
Ms. Sharapova.
Well, early Kvitova's getting first-hand knowledge of Sharapova's return. She's won just 2 out of 7 points on her second serve.
Maria Sharapova is challenging the call on the left outside line. The ball was called good.
Sharapova not moving. She's certain that her challenge is a good one. Here's the Rolex official review, and Sharapova's right.
Service.
This is impressive because coming into this final, Maria challenged 14 times and only got 2 right. And look at today.
She doubled that already. Kvitova played a good point behind her second serve.
She doesn't grunt, shriek the way Sharapova does, but after the point, she gives out this little bark that a British writer says. He says about her, she plays tennis noiselessly, except with the notable exception of a loud, sudden squawk, as if somebody has inadvertently stepped on a chicken. So we'll be listening for that. Poultry sounds at center court.
Advantage, Ms. Kvitova.
Kvitova does the same thing. Maria invented this maneuver. after a point, you walk backwards away from the net and fiddle with your strings a little bit and recompose. And Kvitova does it. A lot of the players watched Maria and saw that she was trying to regroup.
Wow, Sharapova with a terrific return, and Kvitova answered. Maria Sharapova didn't just win Wimbledon in 2004, she shocked us, beating Serena Williams, pushing her, the two-time champion, backwards, 6-1, 6-4.
A couple of years later, she took the U.S. Open title, and 2 years after that, the Australian. And that's when her shoulders started getting funky in that year. Needed surgery and has tried to find back. I mean, when she's won those 3 majors, it's been off of this serve.
Is what makes Maria Sharapova's fight so impressive, that she won that Australian Open 3.5 years ago. She had not even been to a Grand Slam semifinal since then, until the French Open a month ago.
She's had to learn something she said is not one of her natural traits: patience.
15-all.
She's always worked hard. She's always been very disciplined. She was used to results in a hurry from a very young age. And her road back has been incremental. She didn't just get to show back up again, the way Kim Clijsters did after taking a couple of years off, having a baby, then winning the U.S. Open, her 3rd tournament back.
$15-13.
Her first double fault of this match.
And Ted, she had looks in that last game to break Kvitova. Petra only got in 3 of 10 first serves in and got away with that game. So let's see if she can now capitalize on the fact that Sharapova's not serving the way she'd like.
Mary, we discussed it here. It's
30-all.
Maria does not let up much, if at all, on second serves.
That gets her in trouble sometimes. It certainly didn't do her much good at the French Open because she doesn't really have a safe second serve. She hits the ball hard and flat, even on second serves.
It was a 101-mile-an-hour second serve.
And it worked for her. Kvitova had this lined up. That let court had given her some more time, but threw off her timing a little bit. That's a lucky break for Maria Sharapova.
Let. First service.
Sharapova emphatic after she holds from 15-30. 2-all in the first set of this ladies championship at Wimbledon. For a little different way to watch full DVR control of today's championship, you can pause, rewind, or slow down any of the big points from the match. Go to wimbledonlive.nbcsports.com. Our live breakfast at Wimbledon. We're right back tomorrow morning, once again at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic.
Love. All.
She got what she wanted. She had struck the serve well and gotten something short. Just overplayed it a little bit. Sharapova could have made that one.
30-15.
Just in this game there, we're seeing a great example of Kvitova mixing serves. 2 ad courts points. She went up the middle first one, and then the slice wide on this one.
Kvitova's shot tolerance is going to be tested today. Sharapova hits so hard and so flat, much more so than the others. So we'll see just how many shots Kvitova can hit to stay with her in a rally before she feels like she's got to go for something big.
And again, a good mix-up. Big one up the middle to get Kvitova the hold. Center court Wimbledon has belonged to the Williams sisters. We've told you this is just the second time in 12 years that the ladies final is being contested without one, and we've frequently had both Williams out here. Both here and both sent home this year on the same day. This is a year where the Williams sisters have been virtually away from the sport. Justine Henin had to retire early in the year after her chance to come back. Kim Clijsters has been battling injury. There's been all kinds of upheaval. And it's this player, Sharapova's one who's taken advantage of that.
All.
Times have changed. Maria Sharapova's fiance, basketballer Sasha Vujacic. 7 years ago, we were looking at her dad. He was the constant presence during her matches early.
He's been on the road with her this whole clay court and grass court campaign. I mean, he's been tremendous, so positive. And Maria says of him that he likes to practice more than I do. She says he just loves the sport so much he slept with his first pair of basketball shoes.
2 points in this game, Mary, that Kvitova has won where she's hung in on long rallies.
30 all.
Every point that Kvitova can win off the ground, in a sense, has more importance because it gives Sharapova less margin for what just happened. And now Kvitova a chance to take the lead. No, her serve bitter at the worst time. Consecutive doubles. Her second and third of the match. So Petra Kvitova here on center court now has a lead for the first time in this championship.
Let's see if she handles this moment better than Sabina Lisicki in the semis. Sharapova was struggling. She was leaving open the chance for a first set. And Maria just hung in there, returned well, broke back, and took command of that semi.
All.
Nice.
Thursday, when the points like this started, Sharapova won the vast majority. Kvitova's hanging. She's winning her share of these ground stroke rallies.
Well, and Sharapova's ground game, her shots are falling a little too short, and Kvitova's even willing to take them out of the air sometimes.
The big serve. Kvitova backs up the break, and she's to 5-2. The 2 weeks of summer at Wimbledon every year among the great traditions in sport. Next summer in London, Just 3 weeks following the close of the championships, London will host the Summer Olympic Games, and tennis will be played here on 10 courts, including center court. Tennis competition for the Olympic Games, and last year at the end of the championships, they reseeded. They did an experimental reseed of the grass here, and they were very pleased with the regrowth they had over 18 days.
They don't leave a lot of things to chance around here, do they?
Love 15.
And right now, Sharapova has to find a grip. The last thing she wants is to lose the set on her serve.
Look at that second serve number. I mean, it's and Kvitova's return game is real sharp. It's better than Sabina Lisicki's was, the woman who Sharapova escaped from in the semis. And again, even there, Sharapova being forced back a little bit and losing length on her ground game, which is usually so strong. Her returns are deep. Her returns are what they should be. But her serve and her shots off the ground are still not what she wants them, what she needs them to be.
Let first service.
Now Sharapova was strong there, because that was a talk about depth there. How about that return from Kvitova?
15. All.
Vamos, Maria!
Even that point, Mary, you give Kvitova, she made Sharapova have to hit multiple good shots to win the point.
That is so impressive. That really is. We're seeing the changeup. We saw that great low sliding slice from Kvitova, and then she thuds it. And is now 2 points away from taking this opening set. She's playing the way that Sharapova went after Serena Williams 7 years ago in the final.
Advantage, Ms. Sharapova.
That was a pretty classy play from Sharapova, isn't it? I mean, she keeps going. Her game is unsubtle and fairly inflexible. But if she can keep the ball in front of her, she's in good shape. That one got it again. I think she's surprised by not just the weight of shot, but the length of shot,
yes,
right, from Kvitova. I mean, she's really doing a nice job of maintaining that. and making Sharapova more reactive than we're used to seeing her.
Well, we made the point Thursday that when once a point started, Sharapova was winning the vast majority. That is not the case in this first set. And what a time. First ace to save set point.
The semis, the first ace of the match she struck was on her own set point. She only had one other. That doesn't make it in. And Sharapova is nothing if not a crisis-hardened veteran. We talk all the time about how she truly seems to believe that unless match point is over and she's got to shake your hand, she still thinks she can beat you. Now let's see what Kvitova can come up with on serve.
And that's what Sharapova had to hold and force Kvitova to this moment. Kvitova's parents,
they just got here. They came last year when she got to the semis. She says she comes from a very small town. You know, people are trying to figure out some stuff about this shy kid. I said, well, who's famous from your town? No one. Well, maybe you. No. She's not comfortable with any of this so far.
Love. Love.
We say all the time that if you're not serving well, especially if you play big babe tennis where you've got to serve big, it puts so much pressure, so much stress on the rest of your game. Especially when you're facing someone who's having a good serving day.
Love.
Well, Petra Kvitova, no problem closing out the first set. Sending the message that she could take advantage of this chance to become a Wimbledon champion. The Championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By Chase, take a step forward and chase what matters. And by Stella Artois, she is a thing of beauty. I left that question, as it usually is for first-timers, are you ready? Kvitova is not done yet, but she's sure sending a lot of messages that the answer is yes.
15 love.
Now, what we've seen,
30 love.
and you referenced this at the outset, Mary, what we've seen with Kvitova is she's prone to streaks.
Yeah.
And we've seen a couple of times where she's had good first sets here at Wimbledon and gone away in the seconds.
$30-15. All. Maria Sharapova is challenging the call. On the right-hand serve, the ball was called out.
Slight delay to the call, so Sharapova challenges. Rolex review. The serve is out.
Second service. $30-40. Ms. Sharapova has 2 challenges remaining.
5 doubles for Sharapova, but again, in this championship match to this point, she hasn't had the margin to survive those. 2 of them that cost her the pivotal break of serve in the first set. Sharapova challenging again on this, a break point.
Good.
And Kvitova's walked halfway to the chair, so is Sharapova. This is a huge Rolex review. And that one is good.
First game.
The challenges continue to mount for Maria.
Second set.
Well, there was another example of the leftiness of Kvitova being significant. A couple of points in that game. As we see it in the Royal Box, we've showed you Martina Maria Bueno in the back row, Jana Novotná.
Another Czech champion.
Champions galore. Virginia Wade, Amelie Mauresmo.
And there's Ann Jones in the white. She was the other lefty who won this back in '69. Martina Hingis, a champion here. Lindsay Davenport as well. And the greatest of them all, in my opinion, Billie Jean King. It says a lot that there are so many eyes on this Kvitova.
Second service.
And that game, though, Mary, a couple of those crucial points, that pattern ended up going
into
cross
Kvitova's
court
forehand.
into Kvitova's forehand.
You bet. You bet.
Let's second service.
Maria's going to have to do something here because Kvitova's won 15 of her last 18 service points.
Love 15.
And there's her first double, and Kvitova's done that without booming serves. She does not have an ace. Her service speed is not, for example, what Lisicki's was, but very effective.
Again, she's hitting right into the dust of that baseline. She's aiming that deep. And that first set, she only had 3 errors. Some cat. She's apologizing, but it was a tremendous reaction off a booming return. She just held her ground. Let the racket do the work. Look at this.
(40-15).
She just keeps doing it, not just off the forehand.
Her heroine, Martina Navratilova, we talk about the great serve and volley game of Martina, and Kvitova is showing today a spectacular game off the ground.
No kidding. But she's got nice forward instincts. As Martina says of her, she doesn't just go east and west. She wants to go north.
Deuce.
Sharapova needs something good to happen. She needs to force a change in the vibe right now. That double gives her a chance to get to a deuce point. The Ladies Championship at Center Court Wimbledon. Our live NBC Sports breakfast at Wimbledon. 7 years ago, Maria Sharapova, wrote such an improbable story on this day. And many of us thought there'd be multiple chances for Maria. And instead, it's been a long time to get this chance again. And the ingenue today is 21-year-old Petra Kvitova. A set and a break in this ladies championship. For a chance to have your Wimbledon questions answered on air, you can go to NBCSports.com/Mercedes. It could be chosen for Mercedes Ask the Expert.
We've already answered that one. And in fact, this woman has answered it even better.
So many examples like Martina Navratilova with that question, but what about, ask Tony Nadal that question, since he took his right-handed nephew as a kid and said, I think you might want to play with the racket in your left hand.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call.
Love.
Just finished the junior boys championship here, where a left-hander was hopeful of being a local hero. Liam Brodie of Great Britain. Lefty lost
Thank you.
3 sets to an Aussie. Luke Seville is the junior Wimbledon champion for this year.
Game of Sharapova.
Sharapova gets her first game of the second set. Championship weekend at the All England Club is that time where you finally have quiet. The walkways on the outer courts, the courts themselves, quiet. For 10, 11 days, such a buzz of activity everywhere. But these final 2 days, the focus all inside center court. Our 43rd year presenting the championships of Wimbledon on NBC. This is the stage that has made players like Maria Sharapova as a 17-year-old.
She's just not getting a feel for this serve at all. She hasn't thrown down a break point since the second game of the match.
$15-all.
And today it is Petra Kvitova who hopes that her tennis career is made. If you make it here, you make it anywhere, right?
It's a pretty good place to do something special, that's for sure. There's that squawk, the squawk of delight.
30-15.
And then there's what Maria, the noise she makes. It's quite a reply.
30-all.
So many people discuss the grunting and the shrieking, and they bring it to Maria.
You see here, this is Maria, this is where she's digging now, you can see.
Yes.
That return had the depth that we're accustomed to seeing from Maria.
And believe me, her grunts, the shrieking could get louder now. That tends to happen. But no one's going to talk her out of it. I mean, unless they ban it. She is deep into her act. And I think she's utterly unencumbered by what we think, the noise she makes. It's going to be in.
Oh, Sharapova comes up with a huge shot at a most needed moment. And she levels the set.
I mean, she's just trying to hang around this point. Does a nice job there. Kvitova hit it right back at her.
Exactly.
And that shows just a little bit of tightness, immaturity on her part. And all 6-7 of Sasha Vujovic is up on that one.
And what made that
15.
mistake by Kvitova more amazing was the previous ball again had gone right into her wheelhouse in the forehand and had put her in such a winning position.
$15-all. $15-13.
I like it better without the sound.
Kvitova's hit some pretty strong shots on the move herself today.
That's tough. That's very tough. And Kvitova played a good point. She deserved to win it. Again, impressive defense from Sharapova. This isn't what she's known for. She doesn't like having to leg out shots like this. And she just rips that one.
Good twisting first serve there from Sharapova.
She's got such a solid reputation as a fighter. I mean, much like Rafa Nadal. And there's no woman who plays who underestimates that virtue. So that adds pressure. That's the question right now. Where's the pressure? Who's feeling it more? You would think it's Sharapova because she's down. She's dropped the first set of her tournament. And again, the remarkably consistent pace and length of shot from the young Czech is giving her all kinds of problems. Her other opponents have forgiven her bad serving.
Players, please not clap during the point. Thank you.
And now Kvitova has hung around in this game. Gives herself a chance to regain the lead. Do you think Maria's getting the idea? You better hit some balls to that backhand. That last one had some great depth.
That's the problem. You hit it to her backhand, but you don't hit it deep.
Short, right.
Deuce.
Her strokes are so clean, aren't they? They're smooth, they're efficient. When she's set up and dug in, she will give it a ride off both sides.
Let's. First service.
That ball took a funky bounce, and Kvitova immediately challenged. Rolex review.
Ace.
No advantage.
The third for Sharapova.
Kvitova has 2 challenges remaining.
This is what encourages Martina Navratilova so much about Kvitova's game. How well she moves in. I mean, she's got a nice, natural first step towards the net, doesn't she? And she's got the kind of game that will get her there. This is reminding me more and more of Sharapova taking out Serena.
The last 2 points again. Kvitova's forehand right now. She's going to win the championship on this forehand. And the previous point was exactly, Mary, what Sharapova did to Serena that day. Pushing her back, knocking Maria off balance. Nobody does that.
This is an echo of that match.
There it is again. That left-handed forehand just won Kvitova the game. Well, there's the one outer court where you've got some folks watching. Novak Djokovic practicing in preparation for his first Wimbledon championship. Tomorrow morning, NBC Sports once again honored to bring you live coverage of the men's championship. Djokovic and Nadal, 9 a.m. East, 6 a.m. West. Breakfast at Wimbledon. Nadal going for a third Wimbledon title. Rafa Nadal was in our studio today. Speaking to John McEnroe, we'll have that for you later in our coverage today. Well, also, Mary had a chance to reminisce with the great Billie Jean King. 50 years at Wimbledon.
All.
I'd like to listen into that little conversation.
That's a lively little group right there.
That's good, Mary. You know, we've seen players. We saw Vera Zvonareva last year in the finals here, and Marion Bartoli a few years earlier.
We've seen some stinkers. Is that what you're saying?
And in part because great champions didn't let that player get in the match. But what we've seen for an hour and 8 minutes today is this player is ready.
Yes.
We knew her game was ready. She's ready.
Look what you just did. Nice going.
30 all.
She was doing fine. And you had to say that. She has the easy shot. I just hope you're happy, Ted. Oh, come on.
40-13.
And if she does that off the backhand, Sharapova's going to get discouraged. Can't help but. How about that return from way off the court? Sharapova toughening. Good return and a brilliant follow.
Sharapova.
And another chance for Sharapova to level.
Deuce.
And this lefty serve continues to pose problems for one of the best returners in the game. Another one. Just couldn't set up for it. Oh my God, she missed that.
He did. Kvitova missed it.
Advantage, Miss Sharapova.
Off of a return that Sharapova barely cleared her hips on this. Kid overplayed it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Second break point of the game. And Sharapova didn't miss.
Let's revisit yesterday. Nadal Murray. Murray playing an unbelievably forceful, aggressive first set. And then early in that second,
3 games old.
the match took a
Second
bracing turn when Murray missed a couple of forehands, missed that smash, double faulted. This guy is very much hoping that this match has just done the same thing.
Sharapova with the traditional come on, but again, right now, holds are not routine for Maria.
all.
Six doubles.
Trying to find the right toss. After this, Maria almost look at this. She almost showed her frustration, which she never does. Doesn't really give you much at all.
Each player has already had 2 breaks in this set. And you can understand where Sharapova to work as hard as she has to get 2 breaks off Kvitova's serve. But her own service games have been an adventure. ground again. Her depth wins the rally and another break. The second set has been some ride. 5 breaks of serve. Kvitova is now within 2 games of a Wimbledon championship. Condoleezza Rice, once again working out of Stanford University and a tremendous sports fan, in the royal box.
$15-all.
You know, the Kvitova group, Coach David Kotitsa, they were just up and roaring after the last break. They were on this roller coaster ride. Sharapova looking, and
there wasn't a call. I think Sharapova thought it was a call.
Ms. Kvitova is challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball was called good.
All right, so Kvitova is the one challenging. Ball was good on a Rolex review.
Come on. 15-30. Ms. Kvitova has 1 challenge remaining.
Kvitova's challenge was because the lines reversed the call.
She's not getting good bites off of that lefty serve. And because she's 6'2" and Kvitova is doing well to hit through the court, she's uncomfortable with her contact point, which is unnaturally low for her. That one was where she liked it.
Yes, exactly.
That's where she wants to be playing from. But she missed. She missed that too.
Yep, airmailed it, and Kvitova comes back from 15-30. And she is a game away from a Wimbledon championship. Success of Rafa Nadal in recent years on the men's game has created this run on left-handed players. All sorts of top men, when they're potentially going to play Nadal, they call up left-handers to come practice with them. I think Mary. This might
That's
be
where you were going?
This might be it.
Love. Love.
So Sharapova gets her hold, but now Petra Kvitova will serve for a championship. From a town of 6,000 in the Czech Republic, she was started as a tennis player by her father, a teacher. I traded. Young Petra thought at one point that's the path she would follow. Instead, tennis, and now serving to become a Wimbledon champion.
Love.
She struck this one so well, Sharapova resorted to trying to hit it with her left hand.
Love.
Come on, Petra.
Thank you.
I know she's just moving her hair, but it looks like she's shrugging off the pressure.
That was lucky. Max, that was lucky.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you. Please.
Petra Kvitova to her knees and up as a Wimbledon champion. We could hear there the Kvitova box jumping on top of our heads there. If you bring your game to center court for a Wimbledon championship and you get one ace, how about saving it for championship point? And this young lady who we had seen have some significant dips in her play in the course of her road to this final, when it looked like she might have a dip against a great competitor in the second set, Kvitova was strong. Answered every one. And today, the lack of big match experience did not affect her. Her one ace of the day on championship point. And this young woman who has charged up the women's tennis ranks this year to become a top 10 player, wins her 4th title of the year and the biggest in her sport. It's Father's Day in the Czech Republic, isn't it? Look at that emotion. A left-handed Czech, once again, a Wimbledon champion. We will have the trophy presentation like any other in this sport. We'll hear from the new Wimbledon champion. We'll honor Billie Jean King on her 50th anniversary at these championships, and the Bryan brothers to play for the men's doubles title. That will be on center court after a new champion is crowned. The championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your authorized dealer. By Rolex, live for greatness. By MGD 64, 64 calories, 12 full ounces. And by Your Number, find it at ing.com. Just inside the doors to center court is the champions board.
They don't waste a lot of time.
And it's a great tradition at Wimbledon, one of many in these championships. When Petra Kvitova leaves this court in 10 minutes time, she will already see her name on that board. One of the, obviously we don't know, it has to be one of the most challenging moments in sports, but I think it's what makes tennis magnificent. There's no other sporting event where the runner-up stays on the field of play
ladies singles champion
and watches the champion be so honored.
2011, Petra Kvitova.
Petra Kvitova, she got a chance when she was young to go train at the best tennis center in the Czech Republic, PertSnergleman. She actually did play, she said, with Martina Hingis a little bit when she was a young girl. And Martina Hingis was a champion. And now Petra Kvitova holds aloft the Rosewater dish. She'll receive a 3/4 size replica of that trophy, and it will have all the names of past champions. And now Sue Barker of the BBC will speak first to Maria Sharapova.
Maria. I know it wasn't the result you wanted, but you came across a player who was just inspired today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, unfortunately in tennis, unfortunately, there's only one winner at the end of the day. I think that's what makes this tournament so special. So big congratulations on a wonderful victory. You played a wonderful tournament, and you know, I've had amazing support over so many years, and to be back at the stage and holding the runner-up trophy this year is, you know, something that obviously I would have wanted that big one, but it's something something that I'm going to be back for, and I'm hoping to get again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maria Sharapova. Petra Kvitova, Wimbledon champion. How does that sound?
Well, yeah, it's hard to find some words if I'm standing here with the trophy and see the great players in the Real box. So, well, I'm so happy that I won.
Now, just tell us, you showed no sign of nerves. In that final game, your coach, your trainer were very excited, but you look so calm. Were you not nervous?
Well, of course that I was nervous. I thought that I can win the Wimbledon, and yeah, but I had to focus on each point and what is important.
Is that the best match you've ever played?
Well, I think so, of course, in the final of Wimbledon, so yeah.
You mentioned so many great champions in the Royal Box today, and I know Martina and Jana are especially proud of you. Have they inspired you?
Yeah, of course. It's very nice when they're watching me and support me all the time, all the tournament, and give me some advices, and it's great.
And your family's here today, isn't it? Your parents have come over, and your brothers. Where are they?
There is. They are.
Have you got a message for them? You have a message for them?
When? Okay. Well, of course. I love you guys.
And you now know that as Wimbledon champion, you've got a lot of interviews to do. But first, everyone here on centre court want to have a picture of you with that Wimbledon trophy. Are you ready for your lap of honour?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, well done. Fantastic. Champion this year, Petra Kvitova.
A special moment during that interview. Petra Kvitova waved at Martina Navratilova. And you can see how proud Martina is that 30 years later, a young player from Martina's original country once again enjoys this moment to hold the Venus Rosewater dish. First one in 1886. And to be honored as in the most prestigious championship in the sport. Martina Navratilova had a chance to meet Petra Kvitova in the locker room during these championships and had a chance to speak, and you can just see the pride Martina has, Yana Novotna has, and I loved when they asked Petra if she had a message. I think they need to get a handkerchief for Dad. He's close to being a mess, and can you blame him? What a proud father. Amazing in the open era of tennis over 40 years, just the third left-handed ladies champion here. The other two, of course, Martina and Anne Jones of Great Britain, are in the royal box to watch today. And Maria Sharapova with great grace as the runner-up. Has to be extraordinarily proud of her road just to return to this day. Sasha Vujacic, who's been such an immense support system for Sharapova. But Maria knows well and understands the role reversal that we saw today. Just as strong at a young age as Maria Sharapova was 7 years ago on this day, that's what Petra Kvitova was today to become the Wimbledon champion. Mary has made her way just off center court. She'll have a chance to speak to the champion when we return on NBC. Center court Wimbledon in the moments following a championship, and it's one of the great demands and I think rewards watching the champions of this sport that Maria Sharapova has waited, as disappointed as a runner-up often is, to wait patiently, allowing Petra Kvitova her moments to celebrate a championship, and they walk off together. There's no other sporting event that does that. And Maria Sharapova, the word elegant often used to describe her, and very much so in the way she's handling these moments. And Mary Carrillo is poised right inside those doors, and an opportunity to speak, we hope, with both of the players. Mary?
Ted, thanks. Maria, that kid played with the kind of power and poise that you showed when you won this for the first time at 17. Were you surprised? You know how hard it is to do that.
Yeah, she played an incredible tennis and came up with, such great and powerful shots from all over the court. And, she was too good today, definitely.
Did you think maybe, because we know what kind of fighter you are, maybe she would start to feel the pressure?
Well, you can't think about her. You just got to, try to do things from your own side. And, just came up short today.
You talk about how hard it's been to get back to this place, that you've had to show patience, not one of your favorite things to work on. Is this encouraging to you that you got to this final?
Well, this is a stage where every athlete wants to be in the finals of Wimbledon, and it's been a long road back, and I feel like with every tournament I'm playing better and better. So this is only an encouragement for me, to keep fighting and working hard to be at a better place.
All right, thanks, Maria.
Thank you.
Terrific composure there by Maria Sharapova.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's a champion.
Look at this.
Am I keep it, or I have...
Oh, you get to keep that, at least for a little while.
Okay.
Petra Kvitova, Wimbledon champion. Nobody could get one set off of Maria Sharapova the whole tournament, and today you got two. How did you do that?
Well, yeah, of course. I played all tournament very well, and I like the big challenges like this one, and I like the final and big crowd and big matches again. It's I don't know. I just play my best tennis and I won.
You sure did. You had to be more nervous than you showed, right?
Well, I was nervous before the match, but when I came on the court, it was okay. I felt good, and I didn't think that it's final on the Wimbledon. So, what is important, I think, and I was strong mentally.
When you first came here last year, you had never won a grass court match. Now, 1 year later, you've won Wimbledon. Is grass going to be your best surface?
Yeah, I think so. Of course, it's the best surface in the world for me, of course, and it's great that Wimbledon is on the grass.
It was beautiful watching your dad get all jammed up, just crying like that. Are you like that too? Are you going to be very emotional when this is all over?
Well, yeah, I think so. I have some days off for sure, and just relax and enjoy this moment.
Can you almost not believe that you're holding that trophy?
Well, no, I still unbelievable. So
you're still a little dazed?
It will be some days, and then I maybe believe in this triumph.
Believe it. You did great. Congratulations, Petra.
Thank you very much.
Ted?
All right, Marion, I think that's so true. She sure has that look of disbelief, and can you blame her? When you start the year, even though Petra Kvitova was in the semis here last year, she started the year ranked 34th in the world. Can you really dream that this would happen within 6 months? To be a Wimbledon champion, and now walking out the front entrance of the club, another time-honored tradition here. Many of these fans are ticket holders who filed out. Some are grounds pass holders, and she'll pose with the Venus Rosewater dish. We'll see if they allow her. At times we've seen champions get over to that front row and sign autographs. There are exclusive fraternities we all like to get into in life. In this sport, she's just entered the best. Wimbledon champion. And in the extraordinary global nature of tennis, we learned this with many of our champions, what it means in their home countries. And you can imagine in the Czech Republic, which has had some tremendous tennis champions in the past. There's been a resurgence in the last year or two. 8 Czech women in the top 100 right now. And to get a Wimbledon champion, special. And the beginning of a new life for Petra Kvitova.